FNGR, what are you doing? Jeff, I'm here to explain to people not only why I'm objectively evil, but why empathy and understanding and keeping an open mind is a troll. Wow, I didn't think it was possible, but I feel like an even dumber down version of British Ninja. Alright, what's the easiest way to piss off bronies? Talk about my little ponytails. Look man, everyone but a few idiots thinks understanding is a good thing. And you've already failed. The whole point of having empathy and understanding is to have as big of a worldview as possible. The moment you say, well, I can cut out these people because, you've vastly limited yourself. Everyone? Well, that's hard. Well, exactly, Jeff. That's why people, not just bronies, really mean by, I'm prepared to do the bare minimal to give the appearance of being open-minded. That's all well and good, but do you have an example? Maybe one directly aimed at bronies. Oh, where do I begin? Tommy Oliver, Lily Pete, Digibro, the mysterious Mr. Enter, Voice of Reason, Jesse Wood, depending on where you fall in taste, can quickly have you dismissed out of hand. And this is from the most of open-minded of fans. Is this whole video about bashing bronies? Cause I'll be over here playing Overwatch if it is. No, Jeff, focus please. You asked for a fandom example, and I'm going to give you a series of diverse and strong content creators with various views that, once again, depending on your tastes, will likely upset you. Oh, I have an idea. Can't we just ignore the people we don't like? No, Jeff, that's how the American election ended up with two morons running for office. American politics? What's that, Blizzard? There's a new character in Overwatch. Focus, Jeff. With understanding and a wider world view, everyone could and potentially still fix that problem. It would take a lot of understanding and people who spent years, decades, and centuries hating on one another to sweep aside with their differences to deal with an impending disaster. If I promise to listen, will you keep this simple? Alright, would you consider Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump particularly open-minded? Let's pretend I know or care about American politics. I don't. Alright, if people wanted understanding, literally anyone else would have been better to be the ruler of the free world. Instead, people picked two of the biggest drama lightning rods in the whole election. Isn't America great? Can I go back to looking at Rule 34 May now? Have you seen some of the comments where people tell you I'm not a bad guy? I've always thought that was Ryan fucking around with people. You mean those are real? Yes. I'm asking people to think, to consider, to try. Oh fine, I'll take a hint. I will kill out of my porn tab and listen, I will. What do you think trolling is? Fucking with people. Do you think it's inherently a bad thing? Well, being an edgy 16-year-old, I think that some people do need to be fucked with. And sometimes it's literally the only way to teach someone. Well, Mr. Enter said typically trolling is about doxing people. Alright. 1. Have your parents ever trolled you? Well, of course they have. Did they dox you? Well, there was that one time. Jeffrey! Fine, no, they did not dox me. See, it would have been really easy to say the mysterious Mr. Enter is a complete moron. Lily Pete does it all the time. And we're not going to do that now because this video is about understanding and empathy. And you're saying that Lily Pete doesn't have understanding and empathy. FNGR, she's from Tumblr, she is! The mysterious Mr. Enter has 200,000 subscribers. Holy shit, who the hell is that? That's Vita.
Kill yourself, faggot.
He's not very nice. He's a troll. Oh, I get it. If I had a balanced worldview, I would see some trolls like people like my parents are trying to teach me, and others are like Vita. This is just for one of the many reasons why John Enter thinks that all trolls are psychopaths.
Anyone seen any good porn lately?
So does this mean that John Enter is a moron? Well, he's clearly wrong.
And autistic.
But I can see why he thinks the way he does. But if he's not open-minded, can't I just ignore him?
Try it and see what happens.
Jeff, the answer to overcoming closed-mindedness is not with even more of the same. So wait, at the start you said that you were a terrible person. Totally! No one is going to do any of these things. No one. If people don't like Lily Pete, the mysterious Mr. Enter, Tommy Oliver, Digibro, Voice, Jesse, etc., no one is going to step outside of their comfort zone to understand someone who makes them unhappy. Wait a minute, how do we fix this? You don't! We can go back to playing Overwatch now. Wait a goddamn minute, you can't tell me life is utterly pointless, and then fucking walk off? Well, it's not utterly pointless. People think empathy and understanding means sitting around a campfire and singing Kumbaya. Empathy and understanding simply means I can understand why someone thinks a certain way. Well, if you can't fix anything, why would I bother? Because understanding and empathy can give you a leg up on the opposition. I know what things to say and not to say. Why do you think I've had so many people on my podcast? Because I agree with them? Take Moliminous, without a doubt the most obnoxious asshole in the Bernie community. No doubt.
The thing with Machinima is there was good times. There were definitely good times, and then there's horrible times. Like Machinima used to be good. They used to be nice. The representatives that you had, because you go through a middle person.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really. I never really ever got to talk to anyone that was like big in the Machinima corporate ladder. You had someone that would always help you. Someone that was dedicated to a certain number of partners who would handle things. And like for our uploads, we got a few on Respawn, and then they decided that they were going to delete a lot of the Respawn videos because they didn't want to pay us money anymore, because the videos were only making, I don't know, like after a while, like a couple hundred every year, and it was apparently more money to send us out checks or to pay us it or whatever than it was worth. So they just started deleting videos. So it's not necessarily super bad, but they didn't give us a heads up on that. They just kind of did that and said that's how it is. And as soon as our contract ran out with them, because our channel that we were partnered under with them got hacked, it got hacked multiple times. As soon as our contract ran out with them, they completely they just dropped us. They said it's not our problem anymore. So, which is understandable, it's not, but it was just really kind of cold. They're not very like a homey feel network. They are a business by and large, and they act as such. So
Never said a single profound, deep, meaningful, or even entertaining thing in his entire time in the Bernie community. With understanding, I was able to make him look like $1 million.
Nope. Because I am definitely scared of waking up one day, because I've had it happen already and my channel just being gone. I would never in 100 years just abandon it unless I started getting PewDiePie views.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure I have a trade.
All right.
YouTuber who had it happen to them, and they happened to find a small baggie of marijuana in their drawer, and they got him and his wife got put in jail for that. I know he got out on bail. I don't know what happened to the charges, if they got dropped because it was a fake call or what, but
I would like to know more about that story. I wish you had more on that. Damn.
Yeah.
assuming that ponies are still a thing when I'm like
Yeah.
29 or whatever.
Yes, when you're an old man in your own words.
I don't know, probably games, because I don't think games are going away anytime soon, despite how much people protest and say they cause violence. Probably games, yeah.
Okay.
Games give you more longevity.
Do you subscribe to the theory that we could be on our way to another 1983 gaming industry crash?
It's hard to say when
people have been
these
drawing a lot of parallels in the way with all the broken games coming out, and the cash grabbing and the fast development time and the big corporations. It's exactly the way it was in the early 80s.
Actually, I never really put too much thought into that until you just said it. And I mean, I'm playing Advanced Warfare and I'm looking at how just awful it is, how it feels like the game's being made as I play it. How textures start loading while I'm playing it.
Assassin's Creed Unity, and as much as I hate to say it, Halo the Master Chief Collection, both broken games, both subject to big corporations pushing the development cycle forward.
It could happen, and that's gonna be a sad day when it does happen. Of course, the Minecraft people will be completely fine because their game never changes.
That didn't pay off much, did it? Without learning to deal with people like Moliminous, I might have not learned to deal with some of the more difficult people in the community. You can't fix other people, but you can give yourself a leg up. Not understanding the people you're dealing with will only ever hurt you. Kinda like Blizzard's microtransactions that are designed to milk Overwatch players. Wait, are you telling me Blizzard doesn't have my best interests at heart? Good night, everybody! Hey guys, this is FNGR here, and there's a couple of things going around in the Brony fandom right now. Minty Root on Twitter made a pretty big claim I love Kim Possible a lot. Stole from him due to his rigs, puppets, animation lingo. Point is, the claim is very serious. Either Minty is taking a swing at the analysis review community, potentially because of a year-old grudge, or I would hesitate to suggest that I love Kim Possible a lot borrowed some of Minty Root's content. If this was about Minty Root giving a false flag, something I'm sure Minty would never do because, let's say, KP gave Minty an unpopular review, I'd be the first person calling for fans to support KP in what clearly would be an unjust abuse of power. Minty in the past assumed that fair use meant give me a review I find fair and has false flag content such as my own. Now that he's claiming that there is content that is his, keep in mind I'm not a legal expert. I would imagine this is exactly what the YouTube system is for. If your content was used without your consent, file a claim. Part of copyright is in fact defending the copyrighted material. I will remind you again, you're positive you're right, correct? This isn't some petty slight, this isn't some misunderstanding, this isn't some year-old hate boner about reviewing in the analysis community, as your Twitter seems to clearly suggest it might be. If this is 100% earnest, go get her, Tiger. I would encourage fans to keep an inquiry about this story with both parties. Lord knows if KP is innocent, she does take enough guff as it is. However, if KP might have flubbed on what she can and can't use, I would encourage her to wrap this up quickly because my experience with Minty Root is this isn't going to go away. I do believe in innocent until proven guilty. And even if you stumble, mistakes do happen, and the faster the Brony community can slap a band-aid on this, the faster we can move on. Again, I'd like to remind everyone the insane links that Minty has gone because of a $20 plushie. Let's just imagine what he would do here. Thank you for your time, and please share this video.